It's gonna be the very best day of your life. It's gonna be, yeah. Do you believe it? It's gonna be the very best day of your life.
Yeah. You was picking out your fit, plan to decorate your crib. You was about to get it lit. I know. Yeah. Oh, what? Yeah. You look at me like I'm a threat, but really I'm just a blessing. This is what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. They know I'm the truth. On some that'll change your perspective. I know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. Walk around stressed, not realizing life is a blessing. Don't know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. And we don't get no but your flexing. All of your antics and presents. We know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. I can see it in your eyes, yeah, it's codependence. When you spend your time, see you're lacking vision. Where you compromise, got no independence. You see me living life and you get offended. Yeah, you get offended. But come on to the other side. I am the light so you cannot hide. Trying to fit in, got you dead inside. Tried to kill me but I cannot die, yeah. I'm alive and you cannot take it. I'm on the rise and this crown I'm taking. On the winning side and there's no mistaking. No, you cannot fake this. You look at me like I'm a threat, but really I'm just a blessing. This is what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. They know I'm the truth. On some that'll change your perspective. I know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. Walk around stressed, not realizing life is a blessing. Don't know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. And we don't get no but your flexing. All of your antics and presents. We know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. Where your real friends at? Somebody tell me where your real friends at? Where your real friends at? I know you don't feel that. Yeah. But come on to the other side. I am the light so you cannot hide. Trying to fit in, got you dead inside. Tried to kill me but I cannot die, yeah. I'm alive and you cannot take it. I'm on the rise and this crown I'm taking. On the winning side and there's no mistaking. No, you cannot fake this. You look at me like I'm a threat, but really I'm just a blessing. This is what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. They know I'm the truth. On some that'll change your perspective. I know what it's like to be real. Come on, feel. Walk around stressed, not realizing life is a blessing.
This is pain, this is youth, This is all the hush hush thoughts in your room. This is for the first time out with your crew. Getting fucked up, find joy in the bruise. Eyes with the power to seduce. Hand me the aux, we could cruise. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose.
Freedom, such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Many will cross oceans to find its shores, but its borders can be found within. Its name is heralded by all nations and tongues, though most never recognize its face in their lives. They welcome and wish to see its benefits, yet resist and refuse to walk out its precepts. Though many attempt to destroy or hide its reality in their futile effort for unwarranted control, the truth of freedom will outlast any of the dissipating lies that seek to blot out its existence. Freedom is not the erasure of all boundaries, but rather the embracing of those that are healthy and true. It is not the denial or blame of consequence, but rather the right and pathway into full responsibility of every outcome in your life. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment.
You give me new life. You give me new life.
It's time and I'm giving you what you're asking for. Future told no time for digging up the past, bruh. Talking about all the people that didn't last. It's scarcity, it's time for using what you have. Just be grateful, the strong is always the last. Things are quick, so settle for we could pass. People's choices are hardly the ones chosen. I'm stepping out of the grave, that's your omen. Yeah, yeah, flower child, inflorescent, warrior, feel my presence, sagacity, pressure, from dead broke, woman affluent, underdog, made a past of it, on top of this shit, what's happening, born in darkness, came to life, within the masses, eternal life.
You give me new life. You give me new life. You give me new life. You give me new life. Oh, you give me new life. You give me new life. You give me new life.
They locked me out, outsider. Felt the pressure in the room when the boy beside him. Despite disguises, they can see the difference. Cubic don't shine the same in the diamond's presence. Them lights don't hold the same when the prophet's present. Impossible to tame when the locks are missing. The blocks are missing, the box is missing. Reach your hand and find a switch, but I'm wired different. You can think we work the same, but a profit different. You can think we preach the same, but the cloth is different. Sort of a maverick, I don't fit you boys' equations, I resist the average. Y'all playing Madden, I'm running real plays, I just make it happen. Got the doubt of saying who would've thunk of it. Life gave me the assist, made a dunk of it. I'm the one the papers chasing, so it's dumb rich. Truth's number one supply, you can come get it.
You give me new life. 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 Oh, you give me new life.
Hey, let's run it back. I think I got one more.
You give me new life.
You wasting time waiting, thinking I'ma fall behind. I'm the future, baby, I ain't even seen my prime. Culture spinning on my axis, so I'm never late. You just left to try to catch the waves that I create. But this ain't surfing, no, these waters for the boat. You never catch it from just talking about it, Lord knows. Got them nodding from the bars I wrote a decade ago. That's how you know when it's the truth, 'cause they'll never get old. And I know you getting tired of the lies when they catch you in the vulnerable times. Then they robbing you blind. I know they look like sheep in the eyes, but they're wolves in the mind. Take your innocence to hang you to dry. If you question anything that they try, I speak from a confident mind and there's tears in your eyes. And it make you wanna go, and it make me wanna go. On them, hang them from their feet, I just do it with my speech.
You give me new life. 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 Oh, you give me new life.
This is pain, this is youth. This is all the hush hush thoughts in your room. This is for the first time out with your crew. Getting f***ed up, find joy in the bruise. Eyes with the power to seduce. Hand me the aux, we could cruise. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose.
Freedom, such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Many will cross oceans to find its shores, but its borders can be found within. Its name is heralded by all nations and tongues, though most never recognize its face in their lives. They welcome and wish to see its benefits, yet resist and refuse to walk out its precepts. Though many attempt to destroy or hide its reality in their futile effort for unwarranted control, the truth of freedom will outlast any of the dissipating lies that seek to blot out its existence. Freedom is not the erasure of all boundaries, but rather the embracing of those that are healthy and true. It is not the denial or blame of consequence, but rather the right and pathway into full responsibility of every outcome in your life. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment.
Today I'm gonna live my dreams and accept how God created me. I won't let confusion, frustration, insecurity stop me. So I've made up in my mind that I'll be all that I'm meant to be, yeah. And there's nothing in this world that I'd let block me. I gotta get what's mine, yeah, yeah. No hater can stop my favor. It's not determined by you anyway. And I've been waiting for this moment in my life, so I ain't worried about what he has to say. And please believe me, you
don't have to bet on me, 'cause I'll bet on me any day. Any day. I gotta get what's mine. Yeah, yeah. I gotta get what's mine. I gotta get what's meant for me. I gotta get what's mine. Yeah, yeah. I gotta get what's mine. 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 Yeah, yeah. I gotta get what's mine. I gotta get it, go get it. I gotta get what's mine. Yeah, yeah. I gotta get what's mine. 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 I gotta get what's mine.
I'm giving it, I'm focused. I've got my mind right, it's ain't focus. 'Cause I never knew what I had until you came in and you worked it out. Said I'm strong and I'm moving on. I'm thankful 'cause you showed me that my deepest fear was not my failure, but that I'm powerful beyond measure. I thought, who was I to be brilliant and change the world? I'm free now of my enemies to change the world.
Yeah, I believe in this season that we'll rise above all our seasons, flying high for a lifetime. So y'all move over 'cause it's high time. Believe me, we going somewhere. The ground's fit good and we ain't staying here. Forget reminiscing and grieving, 'cause we exist for this reason, to bring back hope to our daughters, make more men of our brothers. This legacy to our fathers, that security to our mothers, to spread more light to the nations, pursue all peace with all patience, presenting God-like lifestyles. Y'all thought wrong, but it's right now. Donate millions to children, secure our future from villains. Culture shifting how you're living. Don't try to keep up, man, we different. We gon' live how we want to. Kids don't eat like they want to. Trillion dimensions through our visions. Cooking up culture in our kitchen. Celebrating forever.
This is pain, this is youth. This is all the hush hush thoughts in your room. This is for the first time out with your crew. Getting f***ed up, find joy in the bruise. Eyes with the power to seduce. Hand me the aux, we could cruise. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose.
Freedom, such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Many will cross oceans to find its shores, but its borders can be found within. Its name is heralded by all nations and tongues, though most never recognize its face in their lives. They welcome and wish to see its benefits, yet resist and refuse to walk out its precepts. Though many attempt to destroy or hide its reality in their futile effort for unwarranted control, the truth of freedom will outlast any of the dissipating lies that seek to blot out its existence. Freedom is not the erasure of all boundaries, but rather the embracing of those that are healthy and true. It is not the denial or blame of consequence, but rather the right and pathway into full responsibility of every outcome in your life. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment.
They're dreaming, they're killing your dreams, they're bleeding your steam. They're jealous of us, they're burying your potential's too much. If you would just lift up yourself, believe in you, there's really nothing else that they could ever do. They hiding the truth, they following you, cause you got the jewel. But that is enough, it's time to step up by realizing you're more than they could ever handle. I pray that you're hearing me. You're perfect as you really are. The world will see just own who you are. You are, you are beautiful. Own who you are. You are, you are powerful. Own who you are. You are, you are special. Own who you are. You are royal.
Hourglass, all class. Maybe wanna spend some time with you. Girl, you know what you mean to me. I believe you were made for me. Girl, you better use your honor. It's time to let the world know it. Cause what's a star to the world if it hides its light from the world below it? I done seen them competing with you non-stop. You ain't wanna see them do it. Steady measuring but never measuring up to it. They could never do it. When friends soon turn to enemies, don't let them take what's meant to be. Just make that pain your energy. Just own who you are. Just
Own who you are. You are, you are beautiful. Own who you are. You are, you are powerful. Own who you are. You are special. Own who you are. You are royal. Own who you are. You are beautiful. Own who you are. You are powerful. Own who you are. You are special. Own who you are. You are royal.
This is pain, this is youth. This is all the hush hush thoughts in your room. This is for the first time out with your crew. Getting fucked up, find joy in the bruise. Eyes with the power to seduce. Hand me the aux, we could cruise. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose. Some nights I feel like I got nothing to lose.
such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Many will cross oceans to find its shores, but its borders can be found within. Its name is heralded by all nations and tongues, though most never recognize its face in their lives. They welcome and wish to see its benefits, yet resist and refuse to walk out its precepts. Though many attempt to destroy or hide its reality in their futile effort for unwarranted control, the truth of freedom will outlast any of the dissipating lies that seek to blot out its existence. Freedom is not the erasure of all boundaries, but rather the embracing of those that are healthy and true. It is not the denial or blame of consequence, but rather the right and pathway into full responsibility of every outcome in your life. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment.
Welcome to The Way, an Iexist event. I want to say on behalf of everyone here that we're honored to have you join us for today's training and session. As a coaching and counsel company, we've been serving others since 2018, And we know that your growth, success, and fulfillment is vital, not only to yourself, but to everyone around you. And it's at the core of our heart and mission here that everyone possible be pressed and empowered to lead a life that is full of fulfillment. Thank you so much for accompanying us on this experience. We're looking forward to see how this will impact the many of you. Share this with your family and friends, all those that you love, to grant them the opportunity to partner with you as you become all that you are. Enjoy.
Welcome to The Way. This time we're going to do the business and leadership edition. Sometimes I have to make sure, just because of which way I'm leaning, the subject matter, obviously. But today's the business and leadership edition. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, you already know what to do. I mean, I don't know how many social media personalities you've heard by now telling you to subscribe, like, share, things like that. If you don't mind, go ahead and drop a location for me. Obviously not your home address. All right. Hope you know better than that. But whatever city you're listening or tuning in from. And we'll get straight to it today. I don't have any preliminary speech other than you see it. All right. If you did not know, we have our t-shirts, Iexist t-shirts for pre-order currently, which will be up in probably a day or so in this month. So hurry up and get it at a pre-order pricing, right? I'm not saying it's going up, but it may. Okay. So this is your incentive to go ahead and get it now. We have 3 different colors, black. We have a really cool navy. And then gentleman behind the camera actually is wearing the purple that we picked out, but it's a really cool purple, guys. It's not like, you're not going to feel feminine in it. All right. Yeah. You actually might, be able to attract the honey of your dreams, of your desires. Maybe we should pray over him, Keenan, for the guys to be able to find their life partners after putting them on. I bet that'll sell a whole bunch of them, right? If you knew that you are guaranteed, after all 70 dating apps that you've gone through and swiped through and didn't find it, just put on the Iexist t-shirt. All right. We call this our statement tee for obvious reasons. Very cool tee. Just check out the details online or whatnot. I'm going to jump straight in. All right. Have something hot, fresh off the press for you today. Honestly, like 5 minutes probably before I was getting started, information, downloads, files were being downloaded right to the gut. And that's a good thing for you. Trust me. So let me open up by saying this. We all have. Let me just connect you actually to last week's conversation in which we were talking about how none of you are inconsequential when it really comes down to this whole shebang, okay? This whole life ordeal. All of us are key to the process of life. We connected you with the idea that it's very important that you complete whatever mission God given to you in this life, because yet again, you're not inconsequential. It really matters that you do what you're supposed to do in life, because, it really determines whether or not you're going to become a blessing or be a blessing or a disease in this world. And we also marked how if you are a disease in this world, you're a disease to your own body. We are not that much separate as you think. Obviously, we all have our own thumbprints, our own identities. There's special, unique crafting to each one of us. At the same time, we are also very much so intertwined in a way that you may not have recognized maybe before last week's conversation. None of us are inconsequential. We talked about how there's two sides of an egotistical mind that any of us, unfortunately, at any point, hopefully you don't have, but it's very possible. Any of us could have it in the sense of saying that it's possible to fall in one of these ditches. But one of the sides had to do with thinking that I'm above others, right? Not necessarily that you're inconsequential, but you think you're the cause for everything. That somehow life, I'm saying, I want to go straight here. Jesus himself, or think about the important prophets or people you may believe in, if you aren't locally Christian at this point in time or anything like that. But whatever deity, whatever, imagine the messengers, the ministers, or the people that you deem to be important in history, how vital they were to their time and yours now. Okay. Think about what I'm saying. Imagine you believing that if you died, or that you're such a cause in this world that if you die, the world stops, when Christ himself, choosing to leave, the world kept going. Imagine that. Okay. So there's an egotistical side that says I'm the most important. Everything revolves around me, to the point to where I actually believe I can just step on. We use the terms rape and pillage others, whatever that actually, that's metaphor, or literal. Unfortunately, for so many of you've experienced those type of personalities in your life. But whatever small measure that may be of those consequences for having that type of ego, it's very damaging, right? And the unfortunate thing is, if you are a disease, again, let's imagine humanity as a body. If you're a disease to the body of humanity, in that way, you are a disease to your own body because you're connected. Now, there's another side, another ditch that we can fall into. I'm just giving you a little bit of a refresher from last week. There's another side of things that you can fall into, in which now you believe you're inconsequential to the whole. Okay, that you think you get to be lazy. You think you don't have to do anything in life. And a lot of times this looks like depression. This may be moments in your life to where you're depressed because maybe 4 of your ideas didn't work or something like that. Or you're just having a hard time struggling getting to a point of stability or something like that. Or maybe somebody close to you hurt you, things like that. All right. Somebody that you would hope thought you were important, is not treating you as such, right? You're thinking about the spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend situation, parental situations, parent treat you like crap. It can make you assume that you're inconsequential in this life. But I'm telling you right now, and I'm reminding you, actually, if you don't know what I'm talking about or referring to, you need to go back to last week's presentation so that you can get a refresher on all of this. All right. It's very important that you know that you matter and you're making it counts. You're living out your dreams. All of them counts, people. It counts. Because if you are a disease in the body of humanity, you are a disease to yourself. But if you are a blessing to or in the body of humanity, you are a blessing to yourself. Imagine that God would say something to the degree of in teaching you how to pray, to say something like forgive others, or forgive my debts as we or I forgive others. As if there's and I'm not saying as if because there's not, I'm saying because there is a direct connection. God would say, even in a scripture, that how could you even say or acknowledge any type of love for me if you don't have love for your brother? It's an impossible thing. Okay? If you're a disease to the body, you're a disease to yourself. If you are a blessing to humanity, you are only a blessing to yourself. Because we're all tied. You're not inconsequential. Live your dream. Go back and listen to that. Actually, subscribe. I'm reminding you again to subscribe to the YouTube. All right. So that you can get all of these and obviously turn on notifications, things like that. We are a coaching company. Okay. And in us providing this service and tool to you, it's our way of being a blessing to the body or to humanity, which we count as our own body. I wish some of y'all could hear me. I really hope you know that for you to hurt anyone within the body of humanity, it's not without consequence to even your own self. This is why people who deal with states of mind that would cause them to be murderous in behavior and things like that. Listen, this is a disease of the mind. Even think about the effects of war for a second. People who fight their enemies become traumatized. Imagine that. Now, I'm not saying that the war or the fight in any moment that's of that level is necessarily unnecessary, right? The state of this world calls for sometimes us doing things that we would rather not do, that has consequences that we would rather not face. But I'm just wanting you to think about it for a second. How in the world, because I'm not evil in defending, my state, union, family, or other, or something like that, right? But yet and still, you think about the nightmares, the PTSD, things that people deal with from having to deal on that side of things, even when they're doing the right thing. Just think, okay? A disease to the body is a disease to yourself, or being that to the whole is being that to yourself. But how do we be a blessing to the body? Let's talk about that for 2 seconds and we'll get out of here. Okay. How do I become a blessing? It rings in the mind currently, and this is the Business and Leadership Edition. You'll see why in a second. But I told you I can wax scriptural at any point. But what rings in the mind is a scripture that says, and this is a short version, and God gave gifts to men. Gifts, all right? I'll pull a little bit from the context of that actual scripture, but here's what I want you to know first. By the way, the name of this conversation is gifts. Okay. The way that you reverse the curse and become a blessing, or one of the ways in which you do that, is to yield to, I like to say it this way, unveil and avail the gifts you've been given to the whole, or to the body. Okay. Super important that you get a grasp on this. It's going to help you in 1,000 different ways. So let's rewind to the part where I just said that we are a coaching company. It's the way in which we intend to be a blessing to humanity. okay, in whatever way we can. Iexist, the coaching company in itself, is a gift to humanity. Within that gift are other gifts that we will use and continue to use for the furtherance of everyone possible. All right. In the same way, you become a blessing to humanity, to the body of humanity, by unveiling and availing your gifts. All right. So you can put gift and then the S in parentheses. Okay. What is a gift? I like the way I heard Steve Harvey sum it up some years ago. He said, your gift is what you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. Okay. I love that definition. For that reason, many of us take what are our gifts or graces for granted, because it's hard to know that they're there when to you it comes so easily. Okay. So what is easy for you will come across as a miracle to others. So let me just give you this as a pinpointing device right now. Pinpointing perspective. Again, it's the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. You actually do it so naturally. It's like a bird flying. Okay. Remember, probably a couple episodes ago, I talked about how you can get to the point to where that slipped my mind that fast. That's crazy. Moving on. All right. So you can take it for granted because you do it so easily, so well. Okay. So this is just a pinpointing perspective really quickly. Now, for some of you, that may be something as simple as you're writing, a gift to write. For some of you, that may be a gift to speak. For some of you, that may be a gift of, and I'm going to use the word healing, but what I mean by that is you may be or feel called to the medical industry. You've always been interested in the healing of the body. Okay. I want to help make people better. For some of you, you want to beautify others. Okay. This is where you get into all of your cosmetics and things like that. Some of you are science freaks. Okay. From the time you were little, you had to examine every bug. You were just like going outside and pulling the legs off for fun and like trying to figure out what it would do or what the insides. I mean, you were dissecting insects before you even got to maybe larger animals in school. All right. That's just been a thing for you. You're interested in how things work on that level. You think about engineering. You think about all types of things. All right. But I'm just giving you those for example. Exploration. I'm thinking about all of the people that end up being astrophysicists and, astronauts and architects, things like that. All right. These are all gifts, and there's gifts within some of these titles that I'm giving you, but I just want to give you a broad look at what you could look at as gifts. All right. It's important that you learn, that you know what your gifts are so that you can become, again, avail them for the use towards the betterment of humanity. My mind already wants to jump ahead to how much of a blessing not only will you become, but how much of a blessing it will in turn return to you for unveiling and availing your gifts.
If you really want to know a thief and a robber in your life, it's going to be someone who holds you up from unveiling and availing or using your gifts. Because it's from the outflow of your gifts that bring prosperity to your life. It brings fulfillment to your life at a base level, 100%, before any money rolls in or anything like that. Simply stated, remember a second ago, I said that birds find fulfillment in flying. Think about it. Okay. What would it mean to have wings and not be able to fly? That is a very unfulfilled bird. I'm telling you that right now. Okay. In the same way, a lot of us have not entered into fulfillment when it comes down to our own lives because we are as those birds, right? Someone's held you back normally from even knowing that you've had wings the entire time, right? They've blinded you. They've blocked your eyes from seeing what and who you are, particularly in this conversation, what you have to unveil and avail. Okay. Anybody that's blocking your gifts, either in terms of operation or even just knowing that it's there or blocking you from seeing what your gifts are, anybody that's doing that to you is prohibiting the blessing from entering into your life. Okay. There's a blessing and then there's the blessing. Okay. You can get quote, quote, a blessing by learning how to work on an assembly line, right? Doing some job that a million other people can do. Okay. And going and working on a job. And then you may consider that paycheck a blessing at the end of however, whatever increment of time. Okay. On the flip side of that, there's the blessing. Okay. Which can only be accessed through, again, availing your gift. Okay. Anybody that's blocking you from that, they're prohibiting your blessing or the blessing from entering into your life. All right. So it's very important for you to know what your gifts are or what your gift is. And really, you only need one. If you really think about it, the most major stars, whoever they are, name them, whether in music, whether whoever, honestly, found one thing they did well and did it until it worked. Okay. You only need one to prosper in this life. You just need to figure out what that is and do it. So in order to be a blessing to the body, you need to, what is it? Please type it for me. All right. 2 words. I gave it to you 3 or 4 times already. All right. You need to avail those gifts to the world around you. Remembering also that you're not inconsequential. This needs to be the path that you take in order to find fulfillment and also to start enjoying life in the way that you are meant to. But again, it's not going to come without the literal expression of those gifts. Now, let me give you one more thing and we'll honestly go to break. Then after break, I have something so incredible for you that I don't even know. I'm like, it's another one of those things to where I'm like, do I actually even want to give this away? To be very honest with you, it's substantial in terms of when we talking about giving you keys, wisdom keys and things like that. Probably one of the most substantial things I'll give you. It came to me a long time ago. And I've never read any of it in a book anywhere, but I promise you, it'll help so many of you, particularly. And I know I'm called, or let me not even put quotes around it. I know I have an audience of leaders because we do a lot of high level speech around here. And so, yeah, it'll be very helpful to a lot of you. Okay. So let me say this. We talked about how your gift will become a blessing to you. I want to give you a reframing of your gift. Okay. I want you to frame it differently. I need you to see it differently for 2 seconds. Because if you can learn this, I told you, anybody that's blocking you from availing, using your gift is blocking you from not only fulfillment, but the blessing, prosperity like you've never known. Please trust and hear me. Okay? Here's how I need you to see your gift. Your gift is a vehicle. One more time. And type this in the hall out there too. Okay. Say your gift is a vehicle. And I'm telling you to type this or write this. Hopefully, if you're at home or if you have a pad around you or something like that, you need to see this. This is only going to get deeper and deeper from here on out. Your gift is a vehicle. Type, write, do all of that. If you're sitting with other people, slap them or high five them or whatever the thing is. I don't care. I just need you to get this in your brain. Your gift is the vehicle. Okay. Why do I need to see my gift as a vehicle? Because God gave gifts to get you wherever you want to go. This is out of context a little bit. It is out of context. Ain't even a little bit. But some of you have heard the idea that a gift will make room for you. And what does it say after that? That it will bring you before great leaders, great men, kings. Your gift, right, which contextually was really talking about money. Okay, that'll work too. But even what you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort will bring you. It will take you places. Think about, I know the Jackson movie is out. Think about, again, some of the people who have mastered their crafts in this world. Look where their gifts have taken them. Your gift is a vehicle that you need to learn how to use for the furtherance, for the benefit of humanity, number one. But remember, like I said before, there is, when you're a blessing, again, to the body of humanity, okay, you also become a blessing to yourself. That vehicle is also meant to bless you. It's going to take you. It's supposed to. It's its duty to take you where you have to go. I will remind you one more time, because I've already stated it. Listen, if you're being robbed of the opportunity or the acknowledgement, the opportunity to use or the acknowledgement of your gift at all, if you don't even know you have a grace or a gift, something that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort, number one, it doesn't even mean that it isn't being used. It just isn't being used by you. If you have a gift and you don't acknowledge that it's a gift, you could be getting robbed right now. Now, these are all of the people that make you feel inconsequential, as if, they're just the key to your life and are normally robbing you of your gift, using it to get what they want, while you get 2 cents of nothing the whole time. So just because you don't know it's there or you don't know what it is doesn't mean it's not being used. So that's why I say acknowledging it or not being able to acknowledge it because it's never been pointed out to you, you've never been taught particular lessons that we do. By the way, this is why what we do as Iexist is so important. I told you we are for freedom. Again, we are a coaching company, but these are the particular things that we can coach, specifically how to identify, unveil, avail. That's identifying is unveiling it. Okay. Uncovering it, how to avail, how to use your gift. It's like learning to drive. Okay. When you learn how to drive, you know, there's always this thing to where you're like, man, when I grow up, I want to do this, and one of those things is normally to drive. But what are you thinking about when you're talking about learning how to drive? You're trying to get somewhere. You're ready to go somewhere. I want to go to, Florida. I want to go to whatever part of the states in particular in this moment or whatever. But even some of you are like, man, I want to learn how to fly. I want to because guess what a plane is? A vehicle. Guess what a ship is? A vehicle. Okay. So whether you're thinking plane, this is how your gift can take you to other or foreign from where you're from anyway, foreign countries. Okay. Your gift is a vehicle. So a lot of you don't realize the reason why a lot of your life feels incomplete is because one of two things. Either you have not unveiled your gift. Again, that doesn't mean you aren't even using it. Excuse me. It does mean you aren't using it, but it doesn't mean it isn't being used. Trust me, somebody might be using your gift right now. They know, they just won't tell you. They know you're really good at mathematics. They're always bringing you another problem. They know you're good at strategizing in general. Okay, how do I need to solve this problem within this company or something like that? You're trying to figure out why you're 7 levels below top manager, but people at the top are skipping over who they hired 9 years ago to come to you to ask you to solve a particular problem. Okay, you don't understand your gift, but they're using it. If you would ever learn how to use it, your life would change, because then you could use it at will, because your gift is paying you, if you're that particular person I just mentioned, right now. But I guarantee you 2 things. It's not paying you enough. That's number 1. And number 2, it's not paying you as often as it should. Okay. So we're talking about payment amount, and then also how often that payment amount comes. If I'm behind my gift, if I'm using it, I can create this at any point in time. So people don't understand the rise of things like YouTube and things like that. Okay. What's happening? There's people who have availed their gift, started realizing that I need a platform, a tool in which to use my gift at will. And I can increase the amount potentially of which I'm able to get for using my gift. And then also the rate at which I am able to get this particular amount. Okay. Simple. So a lot of you are unfulfilled. You don't realize why life sucks right now. You have not unveiled and availed your gift. Don't listen to people, because listen, we're masters of fulfillment. This is, again, our whole mission statement is to press and empower everyone to lead everyone possible to lead their own life. Or I was going to say to live their own life of fulfillment, but really the actual statement is We're here to press and empower everyone possible to lead a life that is full of fulfillment. We will lead you into fulfillment. How can someone lead you into fulfillment if they haven't become fulfilled themselves by using their own gifts? I probably said this enough times, but we don't teach what we don't know. Those of you who do that need to stop doing that. Don't barter information necessarily, especially if you're presenting yourself as a leader. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, by the way, but there's a difference between information and knowledge. You need to know before you can accurately teach. Okay. I know what I'm saying because we're living it. Okay. But listen to me. Unveil, avail. You don't have fulfillment because, again, one of two things. It could be being used without you knowing it, but until you unveil and avail. So why did I go there in terms of the fulfillment and not listening particularly? I didn't say it this way, but you shouldn't listen to everybody about fulfillment. There's people that'll tell you, just use your mind. And normally that person is just maybe trying to get you to money or something like that. But getting to money is not getting to fulfillment. Your gift is the vehicle. If you think about driving down a highway right now in a car, right, there's windshields. For number one, you can see, but then there's also other components to the car that if it rains, if it hails or anything like that, you are a particular amount of protected while you're going. Why someone should not teach you, which probably somebody is right now who knows nothing of fulfillment, just use your mind and that's how you go out in the world and get what you want. No, use your vehicle. Your mind goes inside the vehicle. Using your mind without your gift is called manipulation. There's no real exchange there because God gave you your gift to exchange in the market. I hope y'all hear me and why this is business and leadership principle. The mind without the vehicle is manipulation. Oh, just use your body. That'll get you what you want. The body without the vehicle is prostitution. The vehicle safeguards. Can y'all hear me? Now they're wondering why he takes so long to get to the good stuff. And it's even better stuff after the break in 2 seconds here. Because I care nothing about everyone's short attention span. Listen, I make you work to get to it. If it's too boring in the beginning, I'm sorry. Or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not changing it because I know how valuable what it is I'm saying is. If you can honestly hear it and get it, it will change your life today. Trust me, hear me. Is really what I'm saying. It's good. I promise you, if I was sitting under some, neuro scientist or something like that right now, or somebody who's studying the waveforms of the mind and all this other stuff, I guarantee you I would be considered. They would try to label me ADH something. I promise you. And I take in long form content all the time, but it's because I hunger for it. Okay. You need to learn to hunger for knowledge, for truth, because in this, you have the keys to life. Trust me. Okay. Unveil, avail. Your gift is a vehicle. If you can hear and understand me, you'll want to learn what your gift is, right? Unveil. You'll want to learn how to adequately use it. You need to master it. You need to stir it up. Okay, you need to get really good at it. It'll take you anywhere you want to go. It'll take you before great men, kings, everything. Okay. Depending on what your gifts are, it might make you a king. Okay. Let's go. When we come back, all right, I'll take you a little bit further into this conversation. It gets a little bit deeper. You're going to love the content, though. This is really master level conversation coming up, to be honest with you. Stay in here. Hold on. It's a 10-minute break. Absorb the content during the break. Water, whatever. Use the restroom, whatever you got to do. 10 minutes. Come back in 10 minutes, unless you're not watching this live, and then you could just fast forward it, to be honest with you. But when I come back, I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into this conversation of gifts. Let's go. Hey, if you're enjoying the masterclass thus far, I have a couple things that I'm willing to bet that you'll enjoy either just as much or even more. The first of those things is Wisdom for Days. It's my new book, and it is a compilation of 306 quotes that I've put together over years of experiences that are personal to me, that I know will help you out in your everyday life. Listen, it's just a great book. I highly recommend it to you. I want you to get it. You can get it at becomingallthatweare.com. Also, while you're there, pick up my book, A New Home. Go to the website. You can see all the details about it. It's a book that I've geared towards leaders that really will help you if you're feeling like you don't fit in life, as if you stand out in some type of way that you may not want to, but you just can't help it. This is all about how to get rid of your need to fit in and really stand out and be the person that you were created to be. The third thing that I want to tell you about is my podcast, Living the Dream. It is an Iexist podcast that I developed a few years ago that has tons and loads of great information, wisdom, insight. I gear towards the people who need the reality of living the dream. I know that talking about the dream is one thing, but to live it is an entirely different thing. And if you want insight in what it's like to actually live a dream, that is the podcast for you. Go pick these things up. Go listen to these things. They'll continue to help you on your journey to progression, to freedom.
Freedom, such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment. Welcome to an Iexist Masterclass.
Song My Way, I Did It My Way, should be his theme song forever because he did it his way. He didn't wait for anybody to tell him how to do it. He did it his way.
Why you worry about me? Why you worry about me? Worry about me, it's whatever I should. Yeah.
You say there's really no way to win. You say the pressure's too much giving. You should just hold your breath, cause I say I'll do this my way. Can't understand why you're worried about me. Made up my mind that I would be free. So just keep that to yourself, cause I say I'll do this my way.
Hold up, they like, B, why you all in this rap-ish? I'm starting to feel like you capping. I'm starting to feel like you acting. I'm starting to feel I'm being catfished through touchy subjects and ad-libs. Are you a preacher, man, or a lyricist? Cause I don't really know if this hat fits. I'm like, wow, that's how you feel. I guess I just keep it all to myself, want no opinions, I don't need your help. But since you asked, let me share this wealth. Pay attention. Thing is, I'm both full of wisdom, full of wealth, full of God, still a earth shell. Ain't into sorcery, but I break spells, learn to bring heaven, cause I've been through hell. And to trust funds, but I don't trust well. I'm a businessman and I'm God's man, got a nurse brand and I dress well. I'm a lamb dressed in wolf's clothes, I'm a lion dressed in a man's robe, dealt a bad hand, but I don't ever fold. I'm a high priest with no church clothes, look, no cap. So you really mad cause I don't do what you do? Think I'm a fool cause I don't choose what you choose. Still living well while I break all the rules. Looks like you might have this whole thing confused. Y'all hypocrites are like 9 people, but when it come to hats, I can't wear a few. Stop playing.
You say there's really no way to win. You say the pressure's too much given. You should just hold your breath cause I say I'll do this my way. Can't understand why you're worried about me. Made up my mind that I would be free. So just keep that to yourself cause I say I'll do this my way.
Hey, if you're enjoying the masterclass thus far, I have a couple things that I'm willing to bet that you'll enjoy either just as much or even more. The first of those things is Wisdom for Days. It's my new book, and it is a compilation of 306 quotes that I've put together over years of experiences that are personal to me, that I know will help you out in your everyday life. Listen, it's just a great book. I highly recommend it to you. I want you to get it. You can get it at becomingallthatweare.com. Also, while you're there, pick up my book, A New Home. Go to the website. You can see all the details about it. It's a book that I've geared towards leaders that really will help you if you're feeling like you don't fit in life, as if you stand out in some type of way that you may not want to, but you just can't help it. This is all about how to get rid of your need to fit in and really stand out and be the person that you were created to be. The third thing that I want to tell you about is my podcast, Living the Dream. It is an Iexist podcast that I developed a few years ago that has tons and loads of great information, wisdom, insight. I gear it towards the people who need the reality of living the dream. I know that talking about the dream is one thing, but to live it is an entirely different thing. And if you want insight in what it's like to actually live a dream, that is the podcast for you. Go pick these things up. Go listen to these things. They'll continue to help you on your journey to progression, to freedom.
Freedom, such an elusive concept for many, available to all, yet grasped by few. A freely given birthright, yet more costly in its expression than most believe they can afford. But what is the cost to live without it? Wars have been forged over it, and yet it belongs to the peaceful. Slaves have been made in their master's attempt to barter his or her way into its city gates. But the gates of freedom are not open to the despot. Freedom is not accepted by the weak. It is the way of the strong, the gateway to growth, progress, and ultimately for everyone, a life full of fulfillment.
Welcome to an Iexist Masterclass.
Hopping round, you was glad cause it's your birthday. Till your mom called and said your birthday was her worst day. Even with the drama, you can still make it the best day. Cause it's the best day, yeah. Baby, it's your birthday and it's the best day. It went the worst way, then let it fade away. Let it fade away, cause it's the best day, yeah. It's your birthday.
It's gonna be
Yeah. You was picking out your fit, plan to decorate your crib. You was about to get it lit, I know. Yeah. You was changing out the codes, leading autumn. You was writing down your goals, I know. Hey, you plan to turn it up tonight. Well, alright, then wake up to a better life. We still got time to make this right. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Yes, I know.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be. It's gonna be. Oh.
You was jetting round, you was glad cause it's your birthday. Till the pilot called and said your bag won't be at baggage claim. Even with the drama, you could still make it the best day. Cause it's the best day, yeah. Baby, it's your birthday and it's the best day. It went the worst way, but let that fade away. Let that fade away, cause it's the best day. Yeah, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. You've been dreaming about the day when you was 26 years old. You was bold, hard to go. You was always touching road, always paying for the folks. Never broke, day before, heart was so fly. 25 still working at the store. Get it, girl, cause you was born with it.
Welcome back to The Way, the Business and Leadership Edition. Again, I am your host, Bryan Pharr, and teacher, by the way. Thanks for coming back, unless you're just now tuning in or something like that. In that case, thank you for tuning in. And we'll jump straight into some more themes real quick. I want to say thank you to all of you who do share and who have subscribed already. I appreciate it. And we're doing a lot of work, guys. Let me say it that way. And some things I obviously want to present. We're working hard over here. Honestly, have a free masterclass coming at you pretty soon. And some other things. Okay. But I want all of you to stay tuned. Follow us on our social media outlets too. You can find us at Iexist Nation. I think either on both Facebook and Instagram. I think you can type in Iexist Nation. I think that's the @ for either one, if I'm not mistaken, but definitely on Instagram. And we'll be under, trust me, you'll see me. How will we know it's you? Okay, there's the Iexist symbol. You'll also see probably an ombre blue background to that symbol. Then you'll also see, once you get to the page, you'll see a lot of me. Okay, and some other things on there. So follow us on socials. We're going somewhere, people. And I've had to learn to become a lot better manager of promotion and things like that that naturally come to me for a long time. And so I'm telling you, asking you, both telling you and asking you to subscribe to those channels, to follow the pages and find us everywhere. Okay. We also have an audio podcast that I am trying to, I don't like promising things, depending on what it is, but we'll get back around to doing some of those audio podcasts. I told you about the success of it last time we met on last week, and it's a really great podcast. It'll let you hear some of the themes that have led to it becoming pretty widespread. Okay. All of the information on there is 100% valuable and noteworthy and worth your time. So Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. I think it's iHeart. Anywhere you can stream podcasts, pretty much, you're going to find it there. It's also on YouTube too. I believe it has its own channel through there, I'm thinking. Let me double check that. But that's called Living the Dream. Get the shirt. Okay. By the way, let me say this real quick, which, you know, I think I had like one non-fan. I don't think I have a lot of, I don't know. Let me take that back. If I said it, I would be being very rose-colored glasses in my thinking. But I don't, from my perspective, view anyone as an enemy, although I'm sure there's maybe a couple people that don't like us, and that's completely, totally fine. But maybe either it was a distant admirer or somebody that doesn't like us. I never forget, like when I started promoting this company, there was someone, I guess, that decided to be vocal about the idea of not wanting to live. Not wanting to just exist, but to live. You know what I mean? And that's a very popular statement. And that's obviously true. You don't want to just exist in this life. I told you, none of you are inconsequential. So you want to really live, right? But that's not the idea of the brand from our end. Now, I know there will be plenty of people who wear this shirt and it will take on different forms and meanings in their minds. Again, completely fine, because it's an actual brand, all right? This is how we humans do with everything, right? It's about, on a base level, what it means to us individually. Cool, right? But our intention in using the phrase "I exist," mashing "I" and "exist" together to make one word, was to say this, that we live to be the unbelievable. There's actually a tag on the back of this shirt. If you go online and look at the design of the shirt, there's a tag on the back. It has our logo, but it says "Be the unbelievable" around the outside, right? The point of this brand in general is to be the unbelievable, right? Like, be so magnificent, mastery level in terms of your living. Like, go so high in the use and the activity of your gifts, okay? Be so amazing that after encountering someone, they'll want to say things like, "Man, I didn't even know anyone like you existed." Okay. It's almost like, all of these UFO files and things like that, the secret files coming out and things like that. Okay, here's what we know. Here's what we believe, which is, part of the truth. But if any of us ran into an alien tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? Outside of like deafening fear for probably most people, right? You have your other kind who would be very just like interested. But outside of those of us who would be in a dramatic level of fear, and I'm saying dramatic in expression, outside of that thought, that feeling, there would be an I didn't know that you existed, all right, attitude behind it. So you want to be that alien, is all I'm saying. You want to be so outstanding in this life that wearing this marker would be only right. It would fit how unbelievable you are, that you have to say, "No, I really exist." Okay. That's how great you want to be in this life. So let's jump straight back into our content. I want to teach you something very quickly, and I'll save most of this well, I'm saving a lot of it because I told you already at the front half of this that I'm like, I didn't even know if I wanted to, how far I wanted to go into this, because, you know, there's some secrets to mastery in this that we will reserve for our clients and things like that. But it's a part of coding when you really get down to fulfillment. But I have this spectrum that I want to teach you about. And I've named it. I've done all of the work behind this. I'm telling you, it's not in a book somewhere that I know of. If it is, then kudos to that person. But this came as direct revelation to me in understanding humanity. Long time ago, I used to go under the brand or the name of identity coach, right? Because I knew that fulfillment in and of itself was something that you had to be. You had to be fulfilled, right? It's an identity issue. Most of you who are dealing with a number of things in this life are dealing with an identity issue. Okay. So when I want to align you in life, when I want to get you to fulfillment, things like that, on some levels, I am always going to be working with you at an identity level, who you are, how you get to your gifts and things like that. When I'm talking about unveiling your gifts, when we teach you how to master your gifts and things like that, you have to have a recognition. You have to have a knowledge of who you are as an individual, how you operate. And I'm even going to the depth of understanding how your gifts work, because it really routes to how your mind works. I told you before the break also that I know for sure if I sat down with someone who was examining my mind and things like that, how it operates, how I think, I promise you there would be someone who said, no, this is ADHD, something they would but me being a person who also, and I know I don't want to get into any, debates or anything about that right now. What's right and wrong about particular things? Here's my point. I know how my gift works as an individual. Okay. So much of who you are is tied to your gift also. Okay. It's a part of how you see this world. Trust me, because your gift is also a lens. And that's a whole nother conversation. But let me give you this spectrum real quick and we'll get out of here. So at the opposite ends of this spectrum that I'll teach you about quickly is a visionary. And then we have a manager at this side of the spectrum. Okay. You got a visionary, you got a manager. Okay. These are two opposite ends of a spectrum, seemingly opposing, but we'll talk about that too. Why I have decided to teach it this way, specifically today as a spectrum, is because if you're on this end, if you're born on the visionary end of the spectrum, it does not mean that you have nothing managerial about you. Okay. As a matter of fact, the more you relate to managerial people, it will add managerial tools to you long term. Okay. It's good to be around it because these are opposites, but collaboratively, they make a very powerful unit. Every single one of you that are watching me, by the way, yet again, these are things we teach. This is how we will help you within the Iexist Nation subscription, okay? Coaching subscription that you need to sign up for. All of you land on either end of this spectrum, okay? You're born to either side, all right? So you know how there's what's the quote? Something like you can't fit a square peg into a circle hole or something like that, right? Visionaries, you got circles. Managers, you got squares. Okay. Hate to say it this way, but let's give you some diverse ways of looking at this for a moment. You got Hollywood, actors, actresses, creatives. You got corporate America. Okay. This is why you think, a lot of people deem you as a corporate person or some of your corporate friends squares. Okay. You know, you got, let's go the other way around. Let's look at a coloring book. You got the lines, the design or the lines. You got the color. Okay. Visionary. Okay. You got head in the clouds. You got feet or boots on the ground. Okay. I'll insert myself right here. I am a head in the clouds guy. 1,000,000%. Okay. I'm visionary, born that way all day. All things concerning me are visionary. Makes me very, there's a word I'm looking for. Makes me very inventive. Great word. And a lot of other things. But let's move on. So again, let's go back to the circle and square conversation really quickly. What most people don't know is that both of these are giftings, or it's a way of being gifted. Either of them are ways of being gifted. Okay. We need each other, but this is a spectrum in which a lot of people, and let me give it to you this way too. This is why people say opposites attract. Okay. Normally, even in a marriage, you have a visionary individual, and then you have the managerial person. And right now, I'm calling all of my visionaries up. Okay. Because these are your natural born leaders, right? I told you there's an inventive side to visionaries. There's an innovative side to visionary. To be honest with you, I don't want to go too far into this, but the day in which we've been living for a long time, one of the real reasons that we're entering into a golden age again is because visionaries are coming back to the forefront, to the top. We've been led by a lot of managerial ideology for a minute. These are all of your fights that happen. Let's just use an example really quickly in the artist world. Trust me as I'm going, but I'm ciphering through a lot of I'm filtering through, a lot of information, okay, as we go. This is why there's a lot of fights in the artist world. Think about all of your great big musicians. Right now, you hear about these conversations of Drake feuding with Lucian, right? Who's at the head of the label that he was signed to, right? But what you're seeing is managers versus visionaries. Let me be very honest with you. The only reason some of you are starving artists is because you don't have any management partnerships or management mindedness. Okay. The only thing that will make an artist, a visionary, a starving artist, right? Again, visionaries, all your creatives and things like that. Think about your movie makers, all these people that are, again, very inventive, very innovative, all these things. New ideas, fresh ways of seeing things, telling the same old story in a million different ways because they can see a million ways into telling one story, into sharing one principle. all of your great teachers. Okay. I even think about Jesus and the fact that he's telling sometimes one principle 1,000 ways in one sitting. All of these parables to say the same, like using one principle and giving you 3 parables about this one thing. It's like this. It's like this. It's also like this. You get what I'm saying? This is visionary. Okay. So let me give you another way of looking at this too. Okay. You got substance, you got structure. I know this is real teachy, but if y'all can hear me, I told you all of this information will change your life, right? I don't know if I'll go too much into how you will know, but if you can hear through what I'm saying, if you're thinking, if your mind is active while I'm talking, some of you already know which side you lean on, okay? But again, Iexist Nation, okay? Our coaching subscription, we will teach you. I will show you exactly which line. Now, you're going to have to be okay that there's difference in this world because we are not the same. You're going to have to get very comfortable with that because that's by design, by the way. I truly believe this, that number one, if we all had the same gifts, listen, the one thing, the more I mature, the more we as humanity mature, you start to realize how much we are important to one another. And I don't even know why I'm on this kick of none of us being inconsequential and things like that. All right. I go where I'm led. Okay. But the more we all mature to see that none of us are inconsequential because we are differing in our unique capabilities, abilities, what each one of us unveils and avails. Number one, not just that may be unique to you, but the expression of it definitely is unique to you. One more time, I've said this in previous episodes. There will not be another expression like Bryan, although I will have some of the same gifts, whether that's teaching, leading, I'm doing it. I don't even want to use coaching, but let's call that a voice of counsel. Okay. To a certain degree. I just didn't want to use that word because we aren't counselors or even, I don't even want you to, but you understand what I'm saying, right? When I say counsel, I'm saying we're in an advisory role. So, but nothing clinical or anything like that at this particular point in time, not today. Okay. Maybe you watch this 9 years later and then that's a part of our effort. But as of this day, I mean, counsel in the way of just being an advisory role. Okay. Yes, there's plenty of other people who are born with those giftings, but the unique expression of it comes to what I'm drawn to by experience, things like that. So even me calling myself an identity coach, I honestly haven't heard anybody else do that, right? But why is that my wiring? It's a particular expression that can only come from what I've been gifted to see and experience in my life. Okay. So we are all different, but the uniqueness crafted in each one of us is what keeps us from killing one another. It should be. You should be able to eventually, in maturing, see how much we need each other. Like I hate the fact that a lot of you will rid yourself of your wives or husbands. Number one, I will never get with the crap of us not needing one another in terms of men and women. Okay. It's a ridiculous notion. The wife God gave me, I need. You hear me? Y'all need, ladies, your husbands. You need them. Not you just want them. You need them. Okay? You need them. You need men if you're not married. You need your dad. Okay? You need your brother. Need. That's to state that you have something I don't have. They have something you don't have. Okay? You have something they don't have. It's the same. So the more mature we become, I start to realize the more people I keep trying to kill off in my life, it's like chopping parts of your own body off. You need it. Okay. So why am I teaching you this visionary? Number one, I'm gifting it to you, to be honest with you. But I want to show you the ways in which we're gifted that matter really highly. I'm giving you another way to see how inconsequential we all are. Okay. So we talked about visionary management in terms of the whole artist and manager fight. You know, you got the corporate label against the musician. Okay, listen, there's a such thing as starving artists because they're not partnered with management. A lot of you think you need a miracle in your life. You don't need a miracle. Listen, a lot of the miracles that I could have been stressing over in life, I didn't need a miracle. I needed management. Some of your miracle healing that you need in your life or whatever. I don't know why I'm struggling with this, why I'm feeling deficient of this every day and all these things or whatever. Why I'm always tired, you need systems. Management people are focused on systems. Okay? System, substance. The way I'll give it to you really quickly is this is a bowl. This is as vital as water. A lot of you spiritual people will love this next phrasing, although this is the business and leadership edition. This is word. This is spirit. Okay. There's all of these, I think I've said this before. You have ignorant people, let me say it that way, who will fight. Right? We're hyper spiritual over here. We don't read the Bible. Crazy. All right. All we need is the Bible, and it better be the King James or something like that. Stupid. Brother. These are not incompatible. Artist, manager. Okay. Artist, in maturing, figure out after a while that I could sing the best in the world, but if I don't have a stage to sing it from. Managers understand after a while, you can have the greatest stage in the world, but if I don't have any substance, any art to display on this stage, I lose. I can have the best product. Visionaries, you are the product. But if I don't have the right presentation or packaging, I lose. Managers are packaging. I'm trying to help a lot of y'all that are fighting. I want you to yield to each other's leadership. Okay. In this way. Do what you do best. If you're a manager, don't worry about the product. The packaging is yours. If you're the artist, don't worry about the packaging as much as you do the product itself. Remember, bowl, something as vital as water, system, substance. What's the bowl without the water, right? It's like having a restaurant with no food. Trust me, I know as visionary, I'm substance, right? What I've had to learn to gravitate to are systems that support the substance. Do you hear me? This is very, 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 very grown talk. Again, many of you, even in a relationship, right? God will often partner you. Suitability has to do with the opposite ends of the spectrum. If you are a visionary husband, he will lead you to a managing wife. Because when you caught in la la land all day, trust me, I know you'll forget to eat. Time management is not my best thing, but guess who's always on time? Managers. It's your natural, it's your nature. It's natural. But when you're lost in thoughts, let me give you one more. You got architect. I'm an architect. Okay. You got contractor. Okay. You got plans. You got execution. Systems, structure, substance. Okay, very important partnership. Listen, some of you are fighting. You're fighting what you need to be yielding to in terms of negotiation, relationship, partnership, things like that. Some of you, lose your husband or wife. By the way, sometimes the wife is the creative, right? She the one that want to paint everything, and your Joanna Gaines, who I love from a distance. All right, I'm a HGTV. I told you I'm an architect, actually, not in practice. I'm saying, like, I love the idea of crafting the home someone would live in. I'm saying it's appealing to me. All right, you got the wife that does everything, and then you have the management. Okay, her husband, well, I'll say I love them both from a distance. I don't know them. But what I'm saying is you see the visionary, the boots on the ground, if you know of her. Okay. He partners you with the person, and it's going to make you, the person's going to get on your nerves and all this other stuff. But the point is, these are two opposite ends of the spectrum that need one another. So somehow I'm grafting this whole conversation of being inconsequential or not being inconsequential into this, right? Into giftings, because we were gifted for a reason. Now imagine us being able to drive together towards a goal, right? The only time fights happen with the visionary and manager is one believes that they're more whatever, right? Listen, what's the water without the bowl? Okay. You got great substance, right? But nobody's coming to drink from you. You're a starving artist because you don't have a stage. You don't have any structure. You make songs once every 30 years. Oh God, it's so stupid. And you wonder why you're not making it. You're a one-hit wonder. You don't have any structure. You don't need a miracle. You need management. I'm helping you. Those on the opposite end of the spectrum. Okay. You can listen, I know a manager right now told me years ago, man, I can talk myself. You're the connectors of the world too. Listen, Bryan knows I should have a degree for the stuff I know without anybody telling me. I'm telling you, let me go ahead and submit myself for somebody's honorary doctorate. I'm telling you, I got more knowledge than your doctor. You are the connectors of the world. Also, can make connections with anybody, can build anything, right? What I mean by that is community, right? Man literally told me, and I knew he was a managerial personality. I can get in any room. The issue is no substance. I don't have anything to say once I get in there. That's a substance issue. So some of you are wondering why. Listen, this partnership is one of the most important partnerships you can make in life. This is why you'll see people that get this early on. A lot of times you'll hear about the visionary in a partnership or a conversation, and it gets bad in these streets when there's an imbalance, when a person thinks he or she is all of it. Okay? But you may hear about the visionary many times, right? Walt Disney, right? Most people don't hear about Roy, okay? Disney. You got that. See, it's even coming to my mind principally, and I'll say this to those of you, again, who can bear a little scriptural information, okay? When 2 or 3 are gathered, right? There's a shift that can begin to happen, okay? That's not the exact phrasing of the actual scripture, but I'm bringing the principle to the forefront, okay? At least 2. If 2 can get together on one accord, but how can we do that if we're not in our roles? How can we do that if you think you're everything? Come on, husbands and wives, couples, right? Let me share something with you very strange and important. I heard Tyler Perry say about his career that it's been cycles of climbing and maintaining, climbing and maintaining, climbing and maintaining. Visionary, climbing, manager, maintenance. Systems support vision. When managers think they're visionaries, they stifle because you start trying to run vision. You'll stifle vision instead of support it. Systems support substance, not the other way around. It will never be that way. This is why a lot of, again, these partnerships come to a doom's end, because who wants to go first? I think I should lead. I think I should whatever. You're not leading if you're not visionary. I'm sorry. You may be maintaining a vision you got from someone else or something like that, but you're not leading. I guarantee you're staying right here. Because vision is what takes us up. Management is what keeps us where we go. This is why you can go from starving artist, one-hit wonder, something of that nature, to someone who climbs the charts regularly, because you've partnered your vision with systematic thinking. I'm giving away too much stuff, Keenan. It's too good. Y'all shouldn't even be getting this information that I'm giving you for free, and we can go deeper, obviously, and I can help you individually, obviously. Where at? Anybody in the room? In the Iexist Nation. What is the Iexist Nation, Bryan? It's our monthly subscription, coaching subscription, where I can give you user-specific information to help get you on the path and all the way through to fulfillment. Okay, we'll hold your hand, guide you all the way through dream conception to dream fulfillment. Okay, it's our boots on the ground systematic effort. Okay, this is where you go to get the structure. But listen, vision without structure, it's just a dream. Okay, structure without vision is pain. It's stagnation. Okay, so a lot of you wonder, once you start building something out, because I'm everything, I think I'm going to be everything, and I'm a manager, and I know how to connect to the people. By the way, you visionaries are not, you know why managers connect to people? Because you're relatable. Visionaries aren't relatable. And I'm speaking to visionaries when I say that, because a lot of you don't really realize, listen, you get relatability from managers. Visionaries give you what you aspire to. Becoming all that we are, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I won't go too far down that line because I'm giving too much stuff away for free. Almost. I'm at the edge of the line and I'm controlling what I'm giving. So I won't go too far. But listen, join the nation so you can get even more. But here's what I'm saying to you. The partnership matters. Our gifts, even, so we talked about unveiling and availing, but I'm talking about the partnering of particular types of gifts. Now, they're still all meant to be intertwined at the end of the day. Somebody that's really good at mechanics and things like that, you need to do your gift on, the car, on the, the specific house, items that may break every now and then, and you think about your HVAC systems and things like that. Those of you who are good in the mechanical field and engineering, things like that, even whether it's on the building side or again the maintenance side, whatever it is, even in that you can hear there's a visionary side to the engineering, right? You're the inventors, but you have a gift towards building in terms of engineering and things like that, mapping out what should be built. Okay. But then you have the maintenance side too. Okay. These are expressions of gifts that I'm bringing to, this is just a layer of the conversation. We can go very deep, but I'm just telling you, why do you need to know this? So you know that we need one another. And so let's take the Lucian Drake situation, right? Now he like, man, it better be B's on the table, right? Like billions is what that is. Why? Because listen, I know I'm the substance of your structure. What's your structure without my substance? I'm the water. Okay. I'm as vital to your organization as water is. Why a lot of you have revolving doors. Again, managers that get out here and think you're everything and start trying to start stuff and you wonder why it's so dry. Listen, look at corporate America, how much color it lacks, right? You think about what's where all the stock market stuff happens. What's it called? Wall Street. Okay. Versus Hollywood Boulevard or some stuff like that. You got color, you got black and white. You understand what I'm saying? Like you got boring, you got some, depending on who you're talking to, some people would say, it's a lot of stuff going on over there. Maybe too much, right? That would be the criticism to either. You don't need all that color. This is what managers are saying to visionaries. We don't need music. You know what I mean? We don't need music. We just need structure. And look at the dumb visionaries. We don't need any structure. Yes, you do. That's dumb. So a lot of you who are unbalanced in your approach think you don't need that. You're poor because you don't have any systems. You're broke, sick, all this other stuff because you're a starving artist. You haven't partnered with management. Management, listen, you got the wallets. We got the hearts. What are you going to do without each other? So rather than fighting each other and all this other stuff, just what's the deal? That's what we need to be asking. You know, that's what Drake is saying, for those of you who are tapped into that particular part of culture. And I'm not assuming that's a lot of you or everybody, excuse me. I'm not assuming that's everybody. But listen, it better be B's on the table. It's that billions. Why? Because of the substance. People would not be drawn to your organization if it was not for the substance that I've brought. And over at Iexist, we know who we are all the way through and through, all the way through. I got enough years experience on me. I know what I am. I know I'm substance. Okay. We just now appropriately building particular systems as the vehicle. Okay. Strategy, those things, managerial components. All I'm saying to you in the end, and these will be my final and closing statements, okay? We need one another. What's the deal? What's the deal? You visionaries better get to know who you are. You need to know you're the substance. You need to come into your own. You need to avail your gifts in the way that's been given to you. And those of you who are managers, you better know who you are, okay? Either of you can get robbed. Either of you can get robbed, okay? And again, just for the visionary argument, because I told you it's not smart to fight systems. You need it. If you didn't have the managerial people, you would not have a lot of things, okay? Just go back to the idea of the maintenance of your health. Some of you are only sick because you don't have systems in your life. That's it. And I know what the visionary life is. I know you could be up all types of hours and 14, 15 hours straight. Then you go to sleep for 2 hours. Then you want to be inspired and jump up and do something else. Listen, it can be crazy. How you think your body's going to operate fluidly? How are you maintaining yourself through all of that? It doesn't work that way. You know, and let me give it to you from a God perspective or from God's creativity. Okay. As creative as the world is outside, you know that the sun does the same thing every day. You know, that's called a system. Now I'm giving you too much. All right. So long story, don't fight systems. That's all I'm telling you really quickly. Okay. So, and then don't fight color. Corporate America. It's dumb. Nobody's interested in. Listen, till the Wolf of Wall Street came out, ain't nobody. You know how many people not interested in what you're doing on Wall Street? They add color. They bring people to you. Music bring people to you. We don't need all of the color. You're crazy. You're dumb. Either you are stupid if you don't know that. And I'm saying you're not knowledgeable, excuse me. I'll try to say it a lot less hammerish, okay? All right, you're lacking knowledge if you think you don't need one another. You know, I'm bridging the two because you need reconciliation. If all I can do is on the back end of this conversation is bring balance back because of whoever's been too lazy to do so, maybe nobody sees what I'm saying. But listen, husbands, if you're visionary and manager, you need your wife. You're going to be stuck in a hot house all day living some boring life if she didn't want to live a colorful life. Okay, just go like compromise. Make sure she don't go broke doing all her colorful stuff. Because visionaries, we need management that supports vision, not stifles it. Okay. And managers, you need vision that obviously is productive and leading you in a direction that honestly makes sense. Because here's some of you visionaries' problem too. You get too wild. You got to have some type of restraint, right? You can't go into like La La Land to where you literally obliterate the world. A lot of these ideologies that are like have some lunacy in it, it's coming from the creative world. I'm sorry to say it. I told you that translates as, I know you don't want to hear it. It does. You listen, learn to color inside the line sometimes, but who can see the lines better than you? Creative, the manager. 100%. They can see where you got way a little too far gone. But listen, at the same time, a visionary who's balanced will get you to go all the way to the line. Because you managerials, if you even try to color, the line going to be way over here. Or excuse me, let me do it in a way you can see it. And you stop and wait right here. Oh, I don't want to go all the way to the line because, and then you have a half colored picture because you're afraid to go all the way to the line. No, we gotta push it to the max. Okay. Color all the way to the line. That's how you have a full life. Okay. Get as close as you can to it without crossing it. It's turning into too much of a masterclass. Close. It ain't close. It's not there, but we getting too close. All right. All I want to do is restore balance. You need one another, people. There's a reason. I'm talking to managerial people. There's science. There's psychology behind the reason that those arches are yellow and that sign is red. It ain't just happenstance. Why do, when you want to speak to a particular crowd, be in front of a particular audience, you males, you men, why is it a thing to wear this color suit or something like that? Or when you're in this type of atmosphere, or when you're in the, like, you know, you think about presidential situations, you think about, again, judge, jury situation or whatever. Why does the color? Because color matters. It says something in and of itself. But if you want to live a world with no color, if you're trying to make it like you don't need the creative aspect or the visionary aspect, it's lunacy. You're damaging yourself. You're stifling yourself. Again, on the flip side, same thing. You need to color inside the lines, and but that's a whole nother conversation. So I'm saying, managers, you need vision, but you need vision that does not take you into doom. Okay. All right. So if all I can do one more time is get you to see even the way that giftedness is expressed. Right? You may be visionary. Some of you definitely know by the end of this conversation, you may be managerial. All I'm saying is we need each other. What's the deal? I'll follow Drake's suit and saying it better be bees on the table. Okay? Because we both got to win. 100%. The dumb thing is, again, when either tries to make a slave of one another, you're not collaborating. All that dominant stuff is weird anyway. You think about every partnership, again, whether it's Walt and Roy, whether it's Steve and Steve, Jobs, Wozniak, whatever, other pairings you can think of, things like that. Listen. Well, think about people firing Steve Jobs, the vision. You cutting your eyes out of the organization. It's weird. Now you wondering why your organization is stifled. Now he got to go build another thing. Skyrockets because vision is this. Then you got to bring them back. Oh, you were the eyes. Yeah, you were lost without me. So why don't we recognize each other's thing? Vision needs to be supported. Okay. I was going to give you something really cool. I said that for the spiritual people, y'all fight spirit against word. It's dumb. If Jesus could send his word to heal somebody, What did the healing? It was the word. It was the spirit. How did the spirit get to the individual? Or how does it get to you? The word. It's a vehicle. The word, your words are the gift. What is it carrying? Spirit. My words are spirit. Hear me. Sorry, I got a little preachy, fiery for a second. It's the spirit that healed. It's the word that carried it. Okay? It's like, and you need to stop trying to make a distinction anyway. All I'm saying is it's two ends of the same spectrum. Okay? You need one another. What's the deal? It's not a bigger than situation. Trust me. Nobody wants to go there. Y'all need each other. Again, husbands, stop being frustrated with your manager or wife. If you're visionary wife, stop being frustrated with your manager or husband. He just want to keep y'all safe. That's it. He just want to make sure your idea don't have y'all on the streets. You understand? And manager, stop being frustrated with your visionary wife if you're a guy. Okay. Too many flowers, too many whatever. You know what I'm saying? Another project. Oh, there's something else to listen. She's adding color to your life. You'd be a boring man without her. Nobody would be attracted to you if it wasn't for the color your wife brought to your life, and vice versa. Okay. You're boring people without us. Visionaries, trust me. We got the hearts. You may have the wallets. We got the hearts. Okay. Systems is what bring in money, by the way. Visionaries. Okay. So that's all I have for you. It's probably too much of a masterclass a little bit, but hey, we can go all day. I don't want to. Buy the shirt. Okay. Buy the shirt. Get the shirt. Subscribe. All these things. If you want to learn, trust me, it only gets better and better, deeper and deeper, conversationally. And I promise you these things will change your life. But don't go another year without one who is on the opposite side of the spectrum for you. Okay? Learn the value, excuse me, of managers. You visionaries and managers, learn the value of those who bring color, the visionaries in your life. Okay? Don't pay them a little bit, pay them a lot of bit. Because they bringing people to you. And on the flip side of it, they keeping people around if you are the visionary. All right? As you always will hear from me, I promise you it's our desire that you would prosper. And until next time.
We hope you enjoyed our experience. If you would like to gain access to more in-depth teachings such as this one, a host of other products and services, or the opportunity to partner with others who are becoming all that they are, join our exclusive membership community. Join the nation, the Iexist Nation. All the info you need can be found in the description of this video. Until next time.
Just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and see. You don't have to see it now in order to believe. Life just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and see. You don't have to see it now in order to believe. Better, better. just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and see. You don't have to see it now in order to believe. Life just keeps getting better and better. You just wait and see. You don't have to see it now in order to believe. Better, 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 better.